Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Avondale School District Kindergarten Information Night. My name is Colleen Bruni. I'm the Assistant Superintendent here at Avondale School District, and we are happy to have you here with us tonight. The purpose of this presentation is to give you information on our kindergarten programs and to give you information that you might need for getting your students enrolled. So as we start the presentation throughout, we're going to ask that participants stay muted, and you might want to switch your view to speaker only so that you can see who is speaking at the time. Again, welcome. We have several people coming in through the waiting room, and we'll be letting people in as they pop in. We're going to make sure that we repeat that there will be a question and answer session at the end. So if you have any questions, please save them for the end of the presentation, and we'll be sure to get those answered for you tonight. Okay, let's get started. So welcome to Avondale, and we're going to talk a little bit about what makes Avondale different. We're a very diverse community with a family feel. We like to say that Avondale is the perfect size. So large enough to offer many, many programs, but small enough to still keep that family feel. We build relationships with all of our students. We have programs built to do that, and we have wonderful staff who go above and beyond to build those relationships with students and their families. We respect the whole child. We teach the whole child, and we have programs to work on social emotional learning and behavior and well-being of all of our children, not only academics. We focus on real-world teaching and learning, including student ownership, and we embrace project-based learning. We have an outstanding fine arts program that begins as early as kindergarten and has won awards at the high school level. We have a unique partnership with Oakland University. Oakland University works with our ESL programs and also brings their student teachers into our district. We rely on that partnership for our professional learning, and they're just right in our backyard, so it's very convenient and respected relationship that has become something that we cherish. We have a gifted and talented program in grades 2nd through 8th grade. So our gifted and talented school serves our students that it is a magnet school. So it serves students that are local to Avondale School District and also students who are from surrounding districts as well. We have a commitment to best practices in teaching and learning, and we are focused on college and career readiness. We have staff dedicated specifically to that.
My name is Katie Carrion, and I teach kindergarten at Woodland Elementary. This is going over the kindergarten program. It is a full day program. Both our kindergarten and TK classrooms are full day from 8:32 to 3:39. The academic portion of our kindergarten curriculum is aligned to the Common Core state standards. Our first day of school is a half day, and parents must attend school with their child. This gives you the opportunity to meet the teacher, and we have our curriculum night during the morning that day. And then Wednesday, the next day, half the class will attend letters A through M, and then the following day, that Thursday, letters N through Z, the last names N through Z, will attend. And then Friday, all students will attend a full day. In a kindergarten classroom, any kindergarten classroom you walk into in Avondale, you'll see children that are actively engaged in a variety of activities using a variety of materials: blocks, manipulatives, books, paints, puzzles, and teachers are working with those children in small groups, one-on-one, really individualizing that curriculum for each child. Children are working on projects, and they're playing outside when weather is appropriate. As I said, our kindergarten curriculum is aligned to the Common Core state standards. We have daily instruction in literacy, math, science, social studies, and our social emotional skills, which are a huge component of the kindergarten day in classroom. Every day we're reviewing constantly those skills. We have specials, art, music, and PE, and we are committed to the state of Michigan's 10 essential literacy practices. And we follow the science of educational research when designing our programs, our curriculum, choosing those materials, and growing in our professional practice as educators. So going through, we have the reading and writing. We use Haggerty BrainSpring, which is a phonics program, and Haggerty is a phonemic awareness curriculum. And we use a MESA units of study. So our day is coordinated by going through phonemic awareness, print awareness, phonics, fluency, comprehension, writing, those listening and speaking skills, which are so important for those literacy foundations to grow as readers throughout your child's education. For math, we use math expressions. Math expressions is very hands-on, very exploratory, and we go over number sense and operations, addition, subtraction, learning 2D and 3D shapes, measuring, looking at different attributes of number sense, looking at, as I said, shapes, 2D and 3D shapes all together. And that is something that we do every single day.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Sarah Stickney. I am a literacy coach for the Avondale School District, and I'm going to talk to you for just a minute about the social studies and science that we have in kindergarten. So even as early as kindergarten, we're diving into social studies and science. So just some examples you can see here in the picture that was provided. In social studies, they're talking a little bit about government in terms of like rule making, maps, patriotic symbols, but a lot of what they do is working on social and personal skills, which is such an important thing for kindergarten. And then with science, we use the FOSS, which is a really engaging hands-on curriculum. And kids are already diving into the scientific process of observing and describing, making predictions, and they, as young as kindergarten, even just this week, I saw kindergartners doing hands-on science experiments in kindergarten.
Good evening, my name is David Getz. I'm the principal at Deerfield Elementary School, and I'm going to share with you a little bit about the Positivity Project. This is a program that we offer, we use at each of our 4 elementary school buildings as our social emotional learning program. And so the Positivity Project has the motto of other people mindset. And so really helping to teach our students to think about other people and not just themselves, to care about others and be aware of other people as well. And so there are 5 kind of core principles within that mindset. The first one is knowing that my words and actions have an effect on others. Another one is cheering on others for their success. There's being present and giving others my attention, supporting others when they struggle, and then finally, identifying and appreciating the good in others. And so each week we have a focus for the week, and it could be one of the character strengths, which on the screen you can see there's 24 different character strengths that we teach about. In addition to that other people mindset, those different focuses of the other people mindset. And so we take one of those, and throughout the week we talk with the students. There's videos that we show the students, and then there's some discussion questions, and we talk about how we can live these values, but also how we can show those values to other people and see these values in other people, and start to identify and appreciate the good in other people as well. And so that's our Positivity Project that we use. It's a K-12 curriculum that we use at our elementary schools.
Good evening, I'm Sue Jalknan. I'm a kindergarten teacher at Woodland Elementary, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about the technology that we have here. Every classroom is equipped with a large screen, and we are able to project either lessons from our computer onto the screen. If the children are listening to a story, we can put that story right on a large screen so they don't have to just be looking at a small book. They can see it enlarged that way. If you're trying to show a writing lesson or a math lesson, you can have your manipulatives be projected up onto the screen so they can be following along that way. We also have microphones that we can wear so that the children can hear your voice no matter where they are in the classroom. And likewise, we have handheld microphones that if the children are sharing some reading or writing, they're able to use a microphone themselves and then be able to like present their work. We have one-on-one Chromebooks for all the students in the district. In the kindergarten area, we use a program, Raz Kids, which the children go onto their Chromebooks, and they are listening to stories, reading stories, and answering comprehension questions about it. We have Imagine Learning program that the students that are ELL are able to go through a series of units on that for developing their vocabulary. And in math, we have something called Prodigy, which the students can go through and be going progressing through on math through their Chromebooks. We don't use them all day, but they certainly are able to pull them and use them for different lessons, or if they finish their lesson that we're doing and they want to go and just like pull a Chromebook out and be doing reading or math on it. There's, as I say, there's one for every child.
Hello, everybody. My name is Bridget Wheeler, and I am also a kindergarten teacher at Woodland Elementary School. And I'm going to go over what a typical day in kindergarten looks like. The kiddos come in and we greet them every morning with a big smile, and they come in, unpack their backpack and get settled down into the classroom. And typically they start with like a morning work assignment, a quick assessment or activity for them to do while the teacher is going around and taking attendance and getting the day started. And then we gather together for a morning meeting where students have an opportunity to talk and tell about their day and just have that positive start. From there, we'll continue like the calendar routine, and most of us work on the positivity project at that point, which leads us into what Katie was talking about with Haggerty and Brain Spring, which are our phonics programs and our phonemic awareness instruction. And also reading workshop, which is more tailored to small group reading instruction and whole group reading lessons. Then we have a quick break for morning snack, and that pulls us into writing workshop. So we do writing every day, and you'll be amazed at what they can do from the beginning of the year all the way to the end, writing pages and pages. And we were celebrating that at lunch today, how great our kiddos are doing with writing. Then they have recess and lunch, come back, and usually we do math, and then purposeful play or center rotations where they can move around the room and interact with some hands-on materials, and they will go to specials classes. Then we do science and social studies in the afternoon as well with the FOSS kits, and in the afternoon they need to be able to independently pack up. We will go to recess, and then we'll start with our Woodland dismissal, or all school dismissal. For specials, they have art, music, and physical education. This works on a rotational schedule. This year we're doing one subject area, so art would be 5 days all week, and then it will switch to the next special for the following week. And we also have computer time and library time. So the students attend Media Center every week. The librarian usually picks out a book around that month's theme, whether it's P2 theme or just a season related to the season. And then students have the ability to shop for just right books. So books that they can practice reading on or read aloud that you can read with them. And they get to check out that book every week and turn in a new book, or turn in their old book and get a new one. And lunchtime, the children eat in the cafeteria together. And lunch can be purchased or brought from home. Each day you'll get a weekly menu online and possibly in your child's daily folder. And recess. The children go outside for recess 2 times a day when the weather's appropriate, but we will be out in the snow. So you want to make sure that you pack all the snow stuff. And if we don't have outdoor, they still have recess. They're going to play indoors. And play is just a valuable learning experience for social development, and that gives them that opportunity to build those large motor skills. And then popular questions. So is your child ready for kindergarten? These are some basic, quick kind of review of some things that you could think about. How's their hygiene and dressing? Can they get dressed independently? Can they put their clothes on and zip and tie or by themselves? They're working on their social skills. Can they exhibit self-control and attend to tasks in for a number of minutes? And are they developing their fine and large motor skills? And then I just said at the end, if you have questions about that, then I'm sure a lot of our kindergarten teachers would love to help. So you can always feel free to reach out to us as well.
So here at Avondale, we have 2 kindergarten programs. We have a transitional kindergarten program or our traditional kindergarten program. So the question is traditional kindergarten or transitional kindergarten? So let's take a look at how we enroll students. If your child is 5 by September 1st, then your child is enrolled in kindergarten. You may have a choice to enroll your child into transitional kindergarten if they are 5 by September 1st, but more than likely we see many students that are just ready and enrolled for kindergarten. We're going to talk about what that means and what a transitional kindergarten day will look like in just a few. If your child is not 5 by September 1st, Avondale enrolls your child in transitional kindergarten. So students are eligible for kindergarten by December 1st, but they must sign a waiver. And when we talk about enrollment, we'll discuss that. So September 1st is the deadline. You have a choice between kindergarten or transitional kindergarten. If you are 5 between September 2nd and the December 1st, you will be automatically enrolled in transitional kindergarten.
Hi, everybody. My name is Molly Abbott, and I teach transitional kindergarten at Auburn Elementary. This is our 3rd year with transitional kindergarten, and I've taught, just a little background, sorry, I love TK, that's what we call it for short. And I've taught kindergarten and 1st grade, mostly kindergarten for 9 years, and then the past 3 years with TK. And it is, like we've talked about it, as the gift of time, and it truly is. TK is structured to give children that time to build and establish a strong foundation to set them up for kindergarten. And we use creative play and the social emotional learning with the P2, so that hopefully they enter kindergarten as leaders and role models, because kindergarten, as you saw, was a very full day. So I know Bridget already said we'd be happy to answer questions, and yes, please, if you have questions about TK, please ask. It's a little bit new, but I think we're getting some age behind it, and I love it so much. So here's our TK daily schedule. We do follow the same school schedule as kindergarten, with some tweaks that fit our class best. So as you can see, we get settled in the classroom. We have a soft start, which is more like the kids put their things away, wash their hands, and just kind of visit at their tables. There's activities at their tables that they can do just as a gentle start to the day. So they're not like getting right in it, get to morning work or anything. We have a soft start. We have a morning meeting together. I teach an oral language curriculum that has really helped our students speaking in complete sentences and gaining confidence in speaking around others. We have recess in the morning, and all of our schedules are adjusted to fit the needs of our classes, but we also have the 2 recesses a day as well, and snack time, another important piece. Literacy block, which is when we do reading and writing, obviously. We do small group work and we do projects during that time. We have lunch and recess with the kindergarten classes as well. And we have rest time, which is another gift to the TK class to have this dedicated rest time. And it's another thing that's just really important for the young fives, and even for children who just aren't used to a full day. That rest time is very impactful. And we don't call it nap time because most don't nap, but some, you know, we get the occasional napper, and that's perfectly fine too. So we just, you know, meet them where they are. We have math time where we also use the manipulatives and blocks and lots of hands-on learning with that as well. Purposeful play in our classroom, like sensory bins and sand table, easels where they can paint and be creative. We have like a housekeeping area for dramatic play, blocks for building, and those are the most popular that I've thought of. But we do also use our one-to-one devices for listening to stories online and reading as well. We go to specials too, art, music, and PE, same time as the kindergarten classes. And we have snack, and we pack up to go home. We usually end the day with a story, and then we head out. It's another full day, so we don't let up on them, but we definitely get them prepared for kindergarten. Here's some pictures from TK classrooms around the district. You'll see, you know, we want to foster a love of reading. We want to foster a love of learning. We want them to feel like readers and writers. And then, of course, fun projects that you see up there at Woodland there.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kelsey Sahutsky. I am the transitional kindergarten teacher at Woodland. And today I'm going to start with debunking some of the myths of TK. So the first myth is that if your child is in TK, they will technically be retained and behind their peers in kindergarten. This is not true at all. TK gives children the gift of time, just like Molly said, to mature socially and emotionally, which lets them grow academically. Even the students we see coming in who already have a lot of academic background really benefit from the additional social time with their peers during their time in TK. And another myth is my child is ready for kindergarten academically, socially, and emotionally, so they don't need TK, even if they need a waiver to enter kindergarten. To debunk that, even though you might think your child is ready, like we've talked about before, kindergarten is a really rigorous program. It's a lot more rigorous than it was back in the day when most of us attended kindergarten. And so TK really gives children the time to develop those academic skills, become leaders in their classroom, and really build up that stamina for full day kindergarten so they're fully prepared when they get there. And here's some observational data from our kindergarten classroom based on students who have been in TK. So some of the things are that former TK students have become leaders and role models in the kindergarten classes. They're ready for more transitions during the day with higher stamina. Within a kindergarten classroom, there's almost twice as many transitions as there are in a TK classroom, just because of all of the different activities that they're doing. Students who attended TK already know how to do school. They know how to do things like walk in the hall quietly, sit on the carpet, keep their hands to themselves, take care of the supplies, share. And they also have a lot of confidence in their abilities because they've gotten a lot of time to develop those abilities.
So it is time for us to talk about enrollment because we've got to start there.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lita Brennan. I handle the enrollment for the district. Just remember, you has to be 5 years old by December 1st of this year in order to enroll in either TK or kindergarten. All of our enrollments are completed online. There is no more paper enrollments or packets that you fill out. Even if you've done this in the past for maybe one of your older students. I remember at one time at kindergarten roundup, when you would go to the buildings, you would be given a packet. We're not doing that anymore. Everything is done online. You upload all your required documents online, and it's very simple. You would just go to avondaleschools.org, and under the schools tab, it tells you exactly what you need to do. And you can certainly email me and I will send you the link. And I will also send you a list of the documents that you will need. And this is for residents only right now. We do school of choice, but that will be handled at a different time. So all of the required paperwork has to be completed in order for me to complete the enrollment. The only thing that you will not need to have for me to complete the enrollment would be the vision screening and hearing screening and the health appraisal. Those can be provided to my office prior to the first day of school, but you don't need those in order for me to complete the enrollment. I will start completing enrollments sometime mid-March. So I would suggest that you just get all of your documents together first and sit down and then start the enrollment process. It's not going to take you, I wouldn't say it's going to take you any more than 30 minutes to sit down and fill everything out. And that's it. You can call me, or I would prefer that you email me. It's easier for me to, get back with you that way. And I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Tiffany Mulatto. I am the Director of Early Learning and Child Care Services here at Avondale. And I just want to say welcome. Thank you for being here. I see so many of our families who are currently enrolled, and thank you. I appreciate it. And I know these guys do too. So I'm here to talk about summer camp this summer. We start accepting children as early as 2.5 through 5 years old. And you'll notice on the screen, it says not yet completed TK or kindergarten. So if you have a student who is currently in kindergarten, they would go to Busy Bee. Or if they're currently in TK, they would go to Busy Bee summer camp. But all of you are here because you have a child who is going to be entering one of those grades, or that grade level. And so we want to welcome you to enroll for summer camp. It offers the child, whether they're in a program right now or not, it offers them that time frame to develop or continue a routine and get used to being inside of a school building, following, like the K and TK teachers were saying, being in a hallway, the social emotional skills, walking in lines, being able to sit. And so we are going to be hosted at Graham Elementary this summer. Our hours of operation are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. till 6. We have full and half day options available, and our start date is June 13th, and our end date will be sometime in August. It's to be determined, but spots are filling up. So I would recommend, if that's something that sparks your interest, to reach out to me on my email or give me a call. We would be so happy to have you. And I have success stories after success stories of just kiddos who came to camp last year and the year before. After being home with COVID and everything, it really did help them be able to transition into school well. Thanks so much again for being here tonight.
Good evening. I am Erin Schneider, and I am the principal at Woodland Elementary. And I'm glad to see so many familiar faces here. I'd like to share that this information session, we wanted to get out to you early so that you could start getting your documents ready and start prepping for that enrollment. But we will still be having our traditional kindergarten roundup at the buildings. If you would like to come and meet some of the teachers and have a tour of the building, we'll share some building specific information at that time. And we love having you on that evening. It's kind of an exciting evening for us as we meet our new students. I know that Mr. Getz over at Deerfield, Miss Middleton over at Auburn, and Mr. Harris at Graham feel the same way. And we look forward to seeing you on March 9th. It is going to be in person in our buildings and give us an opportunity to give you a tour and hopefully make you start feeling like it's your child's home away from home. So we look forward to seeing you on March 9th.
I want to thank the Avondale staff who has dedicated their evening to be here tonight. They're very excited to welcome you all to the Avondale School District and looking forward to Kindergarten Roundup on March 9th. This concludes our presentation, but as promised, we're going to stick around and allow for some questions to be answered. And at this time, if you don't have any questions, you're welcome to stay. But we also have a couple of links here on the screen. One is the pre-enrollment, which links to the online link to MyStar that Mrs. Brennan was discussing. And then again, her email is on here as well. So when it comes to enrollment, Lita Brennan is your go-to person.